Hello, everyone. This is your girl, Erica Wilson, the host of the Had to Happen show. You knew that you had to turn to God because He's the only one that could get you out.
Such a blessing to be able to sit with you, son.
You know, like in the isolation, sometimes we feel lonely or not being able to fit in, or this person is not going to bother with me or whatever. But that is the time when God says, "Be still."
Right.
And know that I am God. There you go. Thank you, Jesus.
I'm a single mom with 2 kids, struggling, rape victim, homeless, robbed at gunpoint. All those things had to happen to me to birth me for my purpose today. And that's why I'm standing here today giving back.
We knew then that we was on a long road to recovery. But I say that to say this. It had to happen.
Great day, great day, great day, everyone. Thank you for joining us here at It Had to Happen with your girl, Erica Wilson. We're on season 2, episode 14, and our topic today is Filicide Awareness. Our guest had to face the death of her 2-year-old son by filicide. What exactly is filicide? Filicide is the deliberate act of a parent killing their own child. The word filicide is derived from the Latin words filis and fila and the suffix "cide," meaning to kill, murder, or cause death. According to statistics, 90% of filicide perpetrators are biological parents and 10% are step parents. Step parents are far more likely to kill children than biological parents. In the child maltreatment homicides, fatal child abuse is step parents up to 100 times higher, according to Daly and Wilson in 1994. Now, there's different types of filicides, guys. One is altruistic filicide. Altruistic filicides are committed out of love rather than anger or hate. 2 subgroups are evident. Filicide associated with suicide, these parents make a decision to take their own life first. Wow. Filicide is to relieve or prevent suffering. These parents kill to relieve the child victim's suffering, which may be real or imagined. I have to read that again. Filicide to relieve or prevent suffering. These parents kill to relieve the child victim's suffering, which may be real or imagined, guys. Wow. Acutely psychotic filicide. This designation applies to psychotic parents who kill with no comprehensive motive. Unwanted child filicide. These murders are committed because the child is no longer wanted. Child maltreatment filicide. These homicides usually result from a fatal battered child syndrome. Jesus. Spouse revenge, filicide. This final category consists of parents who kill their offsprings in a deliberate attempt to make their spouses suffer. Guys, with that being said, we have Nakesa Barnhill here today, a Jacksonville native and an 88 Blessings mentee. She's a young mother who faced the murder of her 2-year-old son. Post obtaining the legal form of justice for Amari, she tapped into her fiery passion and became a two-time self-published author, inspirational speaker, activist, founder of Amari's Earth Angels Incorporation, and the creator of the observed holiday, Filicide Awareness Week. I'd like to introduce to some and present to others the beautiful Nakesa Barnhill. Welcome, welcome, welcome.
I'm all over here trying not to cry.
How are you doing today?
Good. I'm so excited.
Don't cry. Tears of joy. Tears of joy. You're doing such a phenomenal job with bringing in awareness. Like we were speaking about in the green room, I never heard of it until I met you. So, it is awesome that you were granted this week to bring awareness to so many others that may not even know exactly what filicide is. But before we jump into that, we know we had you on the show, first season, episode 7. Yay! And we had you here before, but we may have some new guests that's joining us today. Just tell them a little bit about who Nakesa Barnhill is.
Okay, so outside of the wonderful introduction that you gave, I am Nakesa Barnhill. I am a mother first and foremost. I am an author. I'm an activist. I stand in the aftermath of the loss of my son, and I'm only 24. I'm about to be 25 in July. I push forward for my children, irregardless of whatever's going on in my personal life.
You say your children, so you didn't tell us about this other child that you have. So could you just tell us a little bit about your children and your Miss
Okay, so,
Elabella?
well, technically, I am the mother to 6 children, but I only have one living, and that is Ella Mae Barnhill. She is my beautiful 5, almost 6-year-old child who will be 6 in September. She's my wonderful Virgo baby. And she is intelligent. She's funny. She is a whole ball of energy. She's 5 going on 16. I promise you.
Oh my God. You say she's 5 going on 16. Let me tell you, the little girls we have look divas. And I just saw her when we was in the green room and she came in with her robe on, guys, in the middle of the day. She have her robe on and she just came in to tell mommy she love her. And I had a chance to say a couple of words to her. And I just want to, encourage you to keep on keeping on, keep speaking life into her. She has such a beautiful spirit. And, with everything that you've been through, you've maintained a positive um, like light about yourself. I mean, just the light you have. I know sometimes I could tell you, Nakesa, tone it down. Just go ahead and tone it down. But your smile just really like lights up a room, and that's what I love to see. Being though that you dealt with the murder of your son, 2 years old. You know, at such a young age. I don't understand, you know, how I can't even fathom. I have 2 sons myself, so I can't even fathom. But to know that you have the strength, my God, to carry on in memory of your son. You know that you have your own personal angel and he's with you every day. And everything that you're doing it for him. So come on and speak about filicide and let the people know what exactly is filicide and how you're bringing about this Filicide Awareness Week that you're about to have.
Yes, ma'am. So filicide is, as the beautiful Miss Erica had went ahead and said, it is when a parent kills their child. And with her listing out the different forms of filicide, I just wanted to also interject in there that I've never gotten actual closure as to why my son was truly killed. He gave several different excuses to the detectives. From that, my son didn't want to eat the food that he prepared for him, to saying that my son supposedly had seizures, and that was one of the reasons for trying to say why he passed away instead of that he tried to kill him because he had seizures. So it never really quite made sense. As well as he never said anything during the whole court process for any type of justification or reason to the judge or myself or my family to try to get that form of closure. So it's literally been from when he told me to go to the hospital and not really giving me a valid reason why, that I've been walking this walk. And I was literally 19 years old, and Ella was at the time 2 months old when all of this transpired. But anyways, this is also my second year for having the city of Jacksonville and the state of Florida recognize Filicide Awareness Week. The first one happened last year, but of course, big run around the COVID-19 and the pandemic stopped that from being executed, to being able to be recognized. This is the first proclamation for 2020. And then for this year, the wording is slightly different for 2021, but it's all the same idea. So the proclamation, it states one city, one Jacksonville. Whereas,
Hey, Nakesa, before we go into that, really quick, I don't mean to interrupt you, but we may have some guests on here that have no clue what what you're talking about. So, real briefly, you did speak about, I guess, your son's father and his excuses that was made. You have to give a little bit of background on what exactly happened, and for the guests to understand and be able to follow you with the story as far as what took place. Real briefly, we don't like to stay on the pain, but we want to go ahead and we want to jump into that to let the guests know exactly what kind of happened that day and what brought about your Filicide Awareness Week.
okay. And alrighty, so November 11th, that was a Wednesday of 2015. I had allowed my son prior to that to go to his father from November 2nd, and he was supposed to stay till around the 18th, I believe, to spend time with his father and his two younger siblings from his father and his father's girlfriend. Then on the morning of November 11th, it's also recognized as Veterans Day, and it's my sister who named him and cut his umbilical cord when he came out of me. That's also her birthday as well. So I got a phone call from his father. That was literally what woke me up. And he started panicking, telling me that I just need to go to the hospital as fast as I can, just get to the hospital. And I'm asking him why, what's going on, what happened, can tell me something. He's like, well, I wasn't really with him. I just need you to go to the hospital and make sure everything's okay and go check on him and do what you need to do. And kept going back and forth because I was trying to push him to get a reason or an explanation as to what had happened and why I need to just go to the hospital. However, I didn't get any of those answers, so I just ended up hanging up. And when I got to the hospital, it was over a 2.5 hour wait. I was confused, and like I said, I was 19 at the time, so I knew somewhat of a parent's rights. And with my son being a minor, even though I was just coming out of being a minor, I was very anxious and aggravated as to why I couldn't see my child to figure out what was going on, or just lay my face on him or my eyes on him or to touch him to see what the heck is going on with the situation of my child. And So like I said, it was 2 hours. His sister, one of his sisters, referring to the person who was the convicted murderer of my son, showed up to the hospital, and we literally just started crying. I don't know why she started crying, but I was crying because I was worried that I'm not being allowed to see my child. Every time I ask them, they're telling me someone's going to be with you, someone's going to be with you, and we're already behind the glass. We're not up front waiting like regular people in a waiting area. We're behind the glass of Wilson's Children's Hospital. So we're all just waiting here, trying to figure out what's going on. I'm boohoo crying and trying to understand what is going on. And so literally, the male nurse comes in and calls us into a private room. And so I'm just like, so am I going to be able to see my child now? What is about to occur next? And before I can even finish asking what's about to happen now, his sister, Amari's aunt, well, one of Amari's aunts, interjects and asks the question of, is Amari dead? I look at her with so much confusion, anger, confusion, and more anger, and more confusion. And then I just like, something tells me to look at the nurse, and she's just staring at him. So I then bring my attention to the male nurse, and his whole demeanor just changes. And he drops his head down and he shakes his head no. I then, as any parent would, freak out and begin to say some curse words and some actions. And I'm just like, what do you mean he's dead? And so the next reaction was then to grab Amari's aunt's dreads. And an altercation then pursued. And once we were separated, and she was escorted out of the hospital, I fainted. And once I came to, they were literally walking me to the next room, to be able to sit and wait for family and different stiff things. So yeah, and I wasn't allowed to lay my eyes on Amari's body or to see him for an additional 2 days. Well, I think it was 3 days. But after we left the hospital, and I was already told that Amari was no longer here, they told me that I needed to head down to the sheriff's office. So from Wilson Children's Hospital, we went down to the jail to speak with the detective. And with speaking to the detective, it was very, very clear that Amari did not die due to any reasonable or expected actions or causes. He didn't die of any natural causes. It was due to continued abuse. He had webs and lashes all over his body that were documented and pictured, that due to seeing the evidence in the pictures came from the girlfriend's plastic sandal flip-flop. There was a giant gash in the middle of his forehead that they had to put makeup and such on, so that we did have a open casket for my baby. And so we finally closed the casket on him for the final time. And so, yeah, then for a way of honoring him during this situation, I did go ahead, and the day that he was supposed to have came back from his father is the day that we had his funeral. And that was November 18th. And that was me saying my final earthly goodbye to my son at 2 years and 11 months old. So he was killed a month before his birthday, a month before his 3rd birthday. and I was 19 at the time. Ella was 2.5 months old, and now I stand at 24, almost 25, and Ella is 5 going on 6. So her anniversary of living is literally the reminder of the anniversary of her brother's death.
My God. I'm so sorry. My God. I mean, just hearing this again, I'm stuck. I'm stuck. But
But God.
Jesus. But God. But God. To see your strength, to see you sitting here and smiling through it and being able to talk through it, it speaks volume. You not only know who you are, but you know who you belong to. And out of the devastation, you're able now to bring awareness to so many others who may have never even heard of what is filicide, such as myself. Like I said, I didn't know until I met you. And no matter how many times you tell the story, my body just cringes, because like I told you, I can't even fathom. But like you say, but God. And now here it is. You stand strong, baby. You stand strong, and now you're bringing awareness. You have a whole week planned for Amari to bring awareness to so many others. Like I said, I never heard of it. Didn't even know that it was that many types of filicide. And then you even told me something in the green room as well as basically there's no age for it, you know. I'm thinking just babies, but just go ahead and let the audience know as well, like what you were telling me in the green room, because I'm telling you, I didn't know. I really didn't.
Yes, ma'am. So filicide has no age limit. Even some people, most people don't know that even Marvin Gaye was actually a filicide case, because it was his father who did kill him, and that was with the weapon of a gun. And shortly after his demise, the cases of filicide for adult children by parents did increase, and with the weapon of a gun. And most gun violence related filicide cases are to adult children being killed by their parents. So yeah, it definitely gets
Wow.
deep real quick.
And it's been how many years?
For Amari,
Yes.
almost 6.
Wow. And here it is. You have this proclamation that was given to you by the city of Jacksonville, where I now reside and where you're from. You're a Jacksonville native. Native. And here it is. You're getting ready to plan this week. And oh my God, I can only imagine what the planning process is, and what exactly you have going on. But can we hear that proclamation that you were given from the city of Jacksonville?
Yes, ma'am. So it states, we are one city, one Jacksonville. Whereas since 1983, April has been designated Child Abuse Prevention Month in the United States. And whereas children are often the targets of neglect, mental, physical, and sexual abuse, which occurs mainly within their household and can oftentimes lead to filicide. And whereas there are approximately 500 filicide cases that occur in the US annually, and whereas community-wide efforts have proven to be essential in preventing and safeguarding our children and their futures by providing loving and nurturing relationships and environments in which they can excel and thrive. And whereas every Floridian is a designated mandatory reporter, and it is expected to abide by the "if you see something, say something" motto. The Florida Abuse Hotline accepts reports of known and or suspected child abuse, neglect, or abandonment. as well as reports of known or suspected abuse, neglect, or exploitation of a vulnerable adult at 1-800-962-2873, 24 hours a day and 7 days a week. And whereas Jacksonville and its residents have the responsibility to pioneer the way forward in the fight to acknowledge this problem and face it head on, acknowledging the community to take back the narrative of this city, and further, the voice and impact of the Filicide Awareness community. Now, I, therefore, Lenny Curry, by virtue of the authority vested in me as mayor of Jacksonville, Florida, do hereby proclaim April 11th through 17th as Filicide Awareness Week. And we encourage all citizens to raise awareness of filicide, become familiar with the warning signs, and support the efforts within our community to assist in the prevention of children, and of another child's death due to child abuse at the hands of a parent and or a caregiver. And it is witness thereof that the 16th day of March in the year of 2021, and then the seal and his signature.
Big ups, Jacksonville. Big ups. All right, Mr. Lenny Curry. Shouts out to you as well. I mean, I am so happy to see that you got up and you took action. Guys, Nakesa is now an activist slash author. So I'm going to let her tell you a little bit about the books that she wrote as well. I mean, this woman is on the move, guys. She is really on the move. So if you go ahead and tell the audience a little bit about your books.
Yes, ma'am. Alrighty. So, like you said, I am a 2-time self-published author, and it's more in the works. I just got to get my life together and get life back on a consistent routine. If anybody want to be my intern, please hit me up. So my first book is The Act of Filicide, the Amari Barnhill story, of which can be found on Amazon. Both of them can be found on Amazon. You can type in my name or the titles of the book, or Amari's name. They both come up. And that one I created when I became 20, headed to 21. And that occurred after we got the form of justice for Amari, the form of legal justice for Amari when his father took the plea deal. That happened in January of 2017. And for the anniversary of Amari's passing, I had my first book release for the in honor of him. And that is when The Act of Filicide, the Amari Barnhill story became available to the public. And it speaks about filicide cases, how filicide has been documented throughout the course of history, and it happens literally everywhere. In the US, in Japan, in Australia, in the UK, everywhere you can imagine it happens. And that even in literature, it's sort of spoken on in the Bible, and it's also touched on in Greek literature. I forget how to pronounce it, but it's Medea. She committed a form of spousal revenge filicide to get back at her husband who cheated on her and left her for another woman. And she killed her 2 children from him, and she killed his girlfriend / fiance or whatever she was at the time. And literally her words to him was, "Your kids are no longer here, and I know this will hurt you deep." So it definitely happens a lot, and a lot more than people would like to admit or like to think. And then my second book happened when I turned 23, I believe, like right before or right after. And that book is called Heaven Didn't Wait. Well, we wanted them to stay, but Heaven Didn't Wait, Grieving, Surviving, and Healing Post the Loss of a Child. And that one I have right here. This explains my grieving process over the course of the then for almost 5 years, because now it's 5, almost 6 years that Amaris has been in the ground, and raising my daughter up, how it affected me mentally, spiritually, physically, emotionally, in every way you can possibly imagine. And within this book as well, I honor 200 other angels and their families for whom have lost them different ways. And it was all over the world that I accepted submissions for people giving me their information, their child's information, the child's birthday, and the day they went to the Lord. And both books, I literally created everything from all of the words inside to the front cover to the back cover. I was behind everything, and God works with me.
Publish.
Yes. God works with me by being able to literally go to sleep and seeing everything executed in my head. And so then I have to push forward and make it visual to the world.
And you're definitely doing that. You're definitely doing that. So out of your pain, there definitely you found your purpose. You know, we spoke about your journey, we spoke about your pain. Now we're speaking about your purpose, which you're now pointing to other people who may have lost a child or are maybe facing the same thing that you're faced with and don't know how to deal with it. Maybe you could be an advocate for them. You know, and sometimes in life we don't understand why it had to happen, but just know that it had to happen. We don't like to kind of face that, but sometimes, I mean, a lot of times in life it had to happen. No matter what your it may be, we all are dealing with different it's. And now that your purpose is birth from this pain. You're doing, like I said, I can't even express enough on how well you're doing, like pushing forth to bring this awareness to so many others that, again, that do not know, haven't heard of it. You just told me some more to it that I did not know. So again, it's gonna make me go and Google some more things and look more into it because, man,
If you
we
still got
even
your
spoke
copy of
about
the
the young
first book,
lady.
you still got your copy of the first book?
Yeah, I do, but I don't have, I don't have that one. I need to get that one. So I'm going to get mine personally and I will pay you the cash when I see you. Definitely. And I want it autographed. Definitely, I do. But guys, Nakesa and I had the chance to meet years ago. I think that was about 2017,
Mm-hmm.
I
It
want
was
to
it
say.
was the day his dad took
Right
the
when
hill right after
right,
the last
yes, yes,
court.
yes. And I remember getting, yes, because you came straight to me. But I remember getting an inbox, right? Someone was telling me your story and was telling me to reach out to you. And I'm like, whoa, like I don't know if I could handle this one. Like, God, what do I say? Like, what do I do? And I remember calling you and we talking and we act like we knew each other forever. And then yes, and then the day your son's father was sentenced, I think we were having a volunteer um
Dinner
I
or
think
brunch.
a volunteer appreciation.
Yep.
Yeah, and we had so many others up there. But I just want to let the audience know a little bit about 88 Blessings because they may be like, okay, what is 88 Blessings? So I had a chance. Nakisa was 88 Blessings mentor. Well, she still is because she still stays in contact. She still stay active, and she let me know whatever it is that she need me to do or whatever it is if she could be of help any way, any form, she do that. She do offer to serve. And that's one of the things that we do here at 88 Blessings. And 88 Blessings was birthed by my its. But to God be the glory, it had to happen. So we're going to go ahead and roll a little snippet on 88 Blessings.
The 88 Blessings Foundation was founded by Erica Wilson and her son Miami Dolphins star Alan Hearns. The foundation's mission is to offer resources and a support system to single parents and students in need. Their goals are to build and develop a community that empowers single parents to refocus their energy to grow economic stability, provide emotional support, and mentor students to take the next important steps with their education. The SOAR movement was created as an idea in the midst of the COVID-19 pandemic. The SOAR acronym stands for High School Seniors Will Overcome Adversity by Arising from Hardships and Becoming Resilient. This program was created to aid and fill a void in many graduating seniors' lives because of the COVID-19 pandemic. Circumstances can and will change. All that's needed is a helping hand.
And Nakesa, could you tell us what was one of the best moments for you with the 88 Blessings family? Because we had such a great time. We done so many great things. So tell me, what was one of your best moments?
I gotta give you two, because outside of parties, it wasn't nothing like y'all parties. I love getting glammed up to have fun and turn up with my sisters. On period. That's on Mary Had a Little Lamb. But outside of that,
What is that? Maybe I don't know. Wow, okay.
but outside of that, I would say the family fun day that we had, everything with Alan. I took so many pictures of Ella chasing down Alan and enjoying her time with him, because that was when her father was overseas in Japan and not that active in her life, and that was shortly after Amara had passed away. So seeing her get to interact with a male and a positive male figure and role model, as well as all of the other kids, and seeing the enjoyment and laugh and everything on their faces, it was so pure and refreshing that it was just perfect. Because most of them didn't have the opportunity to have that positive Black young male role model in their lives. And then with Alan and with your organization, they got exposed to that. And I feel such a tenderness in my heart for that, because it's needed. It's very needed. And I thank you and appreciate you so much for that.
You don't know that you blessed me more than you say I bless you. It is such a honor to have so many of you phenomenal young women a part of 88 Blessings, and we all was dealing with something, but once we got together, we had the most amazing time. And the time that you're speaking about, with running around in the park and the picnics that we used to have, oh my God, Nikki, so I used to go home. What I'm doing out there trying to play football with the kids? Come on. And Ella just running right behind me.
A couple snaps of them pictures.
Yeah, but see, they didn't think I could play. See, they didn't know that I had it in me. Listen, where Alan get it from?
You showed them.
Yes, but my cousin Andy Gump says, exactly, there you go. My cousin Andy Gump, he says, most definitely something that happens and not spoken about. Good job, author Nakesa. That's my cousin from Miami.
Thank you.
Guys, she is a sweetheart. We are here live today with your girl Erica Wilson at It Had to Happen. Today's topic is Filicide Awareness. As we all know, and we heard in the earlier part of the show, that Nakesa will be having a week of festivities for a Filicide Awareness Week starting on Monday. So out of her journey, out of her pain, now her purpose, and she's getting ready to put forth the effort to put it out there in the community and let one know what exactly is filicide. So tell us about these activities that you have coming up, and that I'm going to be a part of some of them before I get to leave.
Yes, ma'am. And so it does start on Sunday. It's from Sunday to Saturday. It's April 11th through Saturday, April 17th. So, April 11th, I am doing a community memorial event where it is a balloon release ceremony. And I know y'all probably looking at me like, balloons should not be released anymore, but it is biodegradable, dove-shaped balloons. I've already had them approved. So, it's nothing going to affect or adversely affect the birds or anything like that. It is actually going to be where Riverfront Plaza, I believe is what they call it now, which is formerly known as the landing, the grass area for where the landing used to stand. So yes, you can come out and I will be providing the balloons. You can literally and the permanent markers, that's what it's called. You can write a message on the doves, and you can write the name of a loved one, if you choose to, anything of that nature, to be able to let it go up into the air. The second day for Filicide Awareness Week, which is the official start of the week technically. I'm still officially waiting on the time, if it's going to be allowed, because although the mayor has removed the mask mandate, we do not know if he's going to still start up the proclamation ceremonies again, because he did end those in February of last year. So I'm still waiting with my liaison at City Hall to figure out if that's going to still transpire. But if it does, it will be at City Hall, and I will post the time. And that is on Monday, April the 12th, where it'll be the officiating proclamation ceremony, which will be sometimes recorded. And since it is COVID, most likely, if they're not recording it, I will make sure someone will record it, to be able for the mayor to hand me a plaque version of the certificate and to be able to talk about it. Then Tuesday, April 13th, I will be hosting a Are You Aware live stream Q&A/discussion, and that is with Women's March of Jacksonville, as well as Amari's Earthly Angels coming together, and it'll be a panel discussion with me and two other young ladies that are well versed with filicide and domestic violence and different activities and things that affect the community and affect children. Then Wednesday, what is that? April 14th. It is a grief healing circle where you would be able to go to register at my website, which is www.getfilicide.awareness.info. So it's GetFilicide.awareness.info. So you can go on there to register because it is limited seating due to COVID. But it'll be a certified grief coach and counselor available, so you can come out for whatever form of grieving that you're experiencing and be able to have a nice evening to come out and talk. And that begins at 4. So then we aren't doing anything Thursday. However, it's been confirmed that I will be on River City Live, speaking about the prior events and how everything has went, as well as the 2 remaining events for that week of how it's being executed for the proclamation. So then Friday, we will have Family Involvement Day, and that will be at Lincoln Villa Senior Center. And that begins at 5:30, I believe. And Family Involvement Day is where the focus is not really filicide or anything painful. It's about coming together and celebrating each other, and that we are, in terms of family, despite all the pain, despite all the hurt, drama, different things of that nature. We're still a family at the end of the day, and we're still standing strong and going to face this head on. So it'll be food, music, games, all different types of fun elements to be able to incorporate this vision, where, of course, we'll have some things about filicide and pamphlets and things to be able to pass out that you can research further on your own time. And then closing everything out with Saturday, April 17th at around, it begins technically at 6:15, but it doesn't really get dark till after 7:15, 7:30. So I'd say around 8 is when we're going to most likely begin the candlelight vigil, and that'll be at J.S. Johnson Community Center. So where we'll have Light the Night, and we'll be speaking the names of those who are no longer here, majority of which will be filicide victims, honoring them in their lives, as well as I'll have a little slideshow for the ones that I know of children that have passed on, as well as some adults, to be able to, again, honor them and pay them the homage that I feel that they are due. And at the conclusion of that, we will be lighting and blowing out the candles to bring everything to a conclusion.
Wow. Wow. That is so awesome. That is so awesome. Like I said, I know that I will make it out to most of it, just probably not the last 2 days, God's willing. Um, but I commend you. I really do. So again, guys, we are speaking with Nakesa Barnhill, guys. She is the author and the activist. Okay. Not only that, guys, she is a self-published author. So tell us how we could get those books, because I think our audience need to go ahead and grab those books from you.
I would truly appreciate it. So you can find them both on Amazon. And again, this is the second one, Heaven Didn't Wait. You can type either this name or you can type my name, Nakesa Barnhill, in the search engine for Amazon, or you can even Google me. Yeah, it's like that at this point. So however you choose to, you can find it by looking me up anywhere that you choose. You'll find me, trust me.
All right. Well, listen, guys, she didn't even stop there. She even started this online boutique called May's Closet. I know she didn't think that I was going to talk about that, but I have to talk about everything that you have going on, because I love, love, love to support women who's on the move, and that you definitely are. So tell us about your online boutique as well.
Thank you. You definitely put me on the spot. But and it's May's Secret Boutique. And I started this due to the uncertainty in my life for finances, because me and my legal husband, or Ella's father, are going through a confusing time period of basically deciding to go ahead and get a divorce after 4 years of marriage, and trying to make sure I can be able to provide for her on my own and stand on my own outside of my husband. So adding to my streams of income, which if you do decide to support me with purchasing a book, I would appreciate it, because I do get those residual income checks from all of those purchases on Amazon. So please and thank you.
Yes, yes, yes. But okay, I may have said the wrong name. I may have said May's Closet, and I don't know what that's about. Maybe you have something else that's getting ready to pop. You never know. That's just the God that we serve. But it's so amazing to see that you're doing so much, and then to be able to keep a smile, because sometimes, things can get overwhelming, especially when you have your hands in so much, but you're doing so great at it. And again, guys, like she said, she needs the support. She is a single mom of a 5-year-old who's going on 16. So if you can, please do purchase her book. She did tell you exactly where you could go to get the book. She said just Google her, guys. So go ahead and Google Nakesa Barnhill. You heard it here at It Had to Happen with your girl, Erica Wilson. Guys, if you would like a book and come sit with your girl, please do go to my website at www.ericawilsonih2h.com. Again, www.ericawilsonih2h.com. And you can go there for bookings, guys. We'll love to have you. Nakesa,
Ma'am.
before we go, just tell if there was someone, and I always do this, glory to God. If there was someone that's under the sound of your voice, not even dealing with filicide, but just dealing with grief, what would be your words of encouragement to them?
You are not alone. Don't be afraid to reach out.
Mm.
And your grief is valid no matter what stage you're in, no matter how you feel like you're reliving it or in that moment or feeling everything in one moment. You are valid in your feelings and you shall get through your feelings.
Oh, I have goosebumps because just on yesterday I was going through this thing. My father has been gone over 40 years, and I was having well, I've been having several moments, so it never gets old. And I was just telling God, I wish He was here to see us, not just what his daughter and his daughters and his son is doing, but his grandkids and his
Grandson.
great grands. He has great grandkids, but we'll see him again. I definitely do know that, and I know that he walks with me and he smiles on me every single day. I was his girl. I went everywhere with them. Even though he passed away when I was 5, I was the baby, so I got to go everywhere with them. But that's something what you just said. Thank you. I really appreciate that. Thank you. Because I don't care how long it's been, grief is grief. You don't sit and you don't dwell in it. We know that they're in a better place, no more pain, no more suffering. But sometimes we want to be selfish and keep them here with us. But guys, we all know that we're all on borrowed time. So please love on the one that God has loaned. Love on the ones that God has loaned you all, because we're all here on borrowed time. Tell your folks you love them. Tell your family you love them. Tell your friends you love them every chance that you get. 'Cause I know every time I talk to my kids on the phone, I don't care if it's 50, 60 times. Before we hang up that phone, I'm telling them that I love them, you know. But here it is. That it has happened with your girl, Erica Wilson. I have the beautiful act. I'm getting ready to call you an actor. I'm like, speak, Lord. Speak, Lord. I'm loving that. Yes. But I have the beautiful activist slash self-published author. Not only that, motivational speaker and online boutique CEO, guys. She has so much going on. And on top of that, guys, she is a single mother of a beautiful princess. She needs the help, guys. If you would like to pour into her, if you don't want to get the book, you're more than welcome to just sow a seed. I put up a post yesterday about sowing seed on good ground. Sow a seed into her, guys. If one want to sow a seed into you, can you tell them how they can do so?
Come here, Ella.
Oh, she's gonna bring my little glam baby on a camera with her robe, her pink robe. Hi, my Ella Bella.
Hi.
Everybody sees you with your pink robe on in the middle of the day. You must have it made in the shade, right? Yes. Can you tell us how old you are?
5, and I'm about to
You're
be 6.
5.
I'm about to be 6.
Really?
Yes.
Oh my goodness. And what grade are you in?
Say I'm headed
Ella,
to
where are you in?
I'm heading to first grade.
Awesome. You are such a princess. You are so pretty, Ella. You want to say something to the audience?
You want to say something?
I'm really shy.
Since
You're
when?
you're not
Since
shy,
when?
Ella. I know you're not shy. I know you. No
Since
way.
when?
Okay, you shy because you on the camera. I'll take that. But Ella, I'm gonna be waiting for my purple robe, okay? Because you said you had me a purple robe, right?
It's too tiny. So you gotta be
So when
big.
I gonna get mine?
I gotta find a pink one. I gotta find a big pink one for you in the store.
Okay, and then we could be twins, right?
Yes.
All right. So tell everyone, say have a good day, everybody.
Have a good day, everybody.
I mean, guys, how could you not? Look at the smile on her face and on her mom's face. Her mom is doing a phenomenal job with her. She oh, just look at there. Look at the love. So Nakisa, if one would like to sew into you, please tell us how we can do so.
Here, mommy.
Okay, go. Close the door. I'll be out in a second. I'm sorry, what'd you say?
I said, one wants to sew into you. Could you tell us how we can do so?
I have Venmo. It's my name, Nakesa Barnhill. And I have Cash App, Nakesa Monet, which is my middle name, NAKESAMONE.
And that's $ in front, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
I'm trying to get you some money here, and you don't even
It
want
just
to
took
tell
me
us your
a minute.
cash app, girl. Look, Alan tell me he says when you stay ready, you don't have to get ready. So let's go ahead and put that in the comments. Mishka, if we can, put her cash up in the comments. But Nakisa, I'm so very proud of you. Tish says, sending big hugs, Nakisa. Marlisa, she sent a big heart. You heard what Andy said. Remember Shannon, Jaguars Diva? She was she is one of our phenomenal volunteers, and she said yes ma'am, because the times that we used to have at all of our events. But I'm telling you this, you blew my mind when you drove and I wanted to beat your butt, okay? And I'm saying this on the show.
Wait, which
Listen,
time?
guys, she drove all the way to Miami. Listen to this, all the way to Miami from Jacksonville for our gala. Even though we had the best time, that was one of the best ones by far. But she drove all the way to Miami for the gala. Real beautiful, just all, decked all out, looking so pretty, only to tell me that she's driving back after the gala. She knew to tell me that when we was in front of somebody, because I'm like, what? You doing what? You don't go and get a hotel? You're gonna drive back to that? Listen, what kind of look did I give you, Nakisa? I told her you doing all the way back to Jacksonville after the gala. She made it back by the grace of God. God got her back here, and guys, she's here today with us. It had to happen with your girl, Erica Wilson. Again, guys, if you would like to sew into Nakesa, her cash app is $ NAKESAMONAE. Nakesa Monet. She's a young single mom, guys, who's trying to make it, have her hands in a lot of different things, guys. And if not, just go ahead and support by purchasing the book. She also have her online boutique. Can you give us the info to your online boutique real quick?
It's
I didn't hear you, babe.
okay. So it's MAESECRET boutique.com.
Guys, you heard it here, or it had to happen. May's Secret. Am I saying it right?
Yes, ma'am.
May's Secret Closet. It's the online boutique, guys, and she's on Facebook. Self-published author 2 times. Look, I put up 7 fingers. So listen, God like the word
It's coming.
7.
It's
It's
coming.
all right. So here it is. All right, 2 times self-published author, activist, um, online boutique owner. She has her own organization. Guys, please do pour into this young woman. If you can, just sow some love. If you can't do cash right now, just sow love into her. She needs it. Like she said, give that word of advice one more time before we go. If you had that person that's dealing with grief, what would be the words of encouragement you would give them one more time?
You are valid, and no matter what stage you are in your grief, you are valid in your feelings, and you shall overcome your feelings in time.
Hallelujah. Thank you, Jesus. Guys, thank you so much for tuning in with us at It Had to Happen with your girl Erica Wilson and the beautiful Nakesa Barnhill. We'll see you guys back here on Monday at 5:30. An Hour of Power. Flight 2021, guys. You want to book now. You don't want to miss that awesome hour of power, guys. I'm telling you, every round is going higher and higher and higher. And I have to shout out my confident partners, Bishop Kenny Berry and the beautiful Satira J from Getting the Game, and the baddest producer in the business, Miss Mishka Allen. Thank you all again for tuning in with us. God bless you all. Nakesa, it was such an honor to have you. I'm definitely going to be calling you after the show. And again, guys, if you'd like to book, go to my website at www.ericawilson.h2h.com. I'd love to have you and sit and hear what your pain, what your journey and your pain and your, or maybe even having a business that you would like to promote. We do that here as well. We love supporting here at It Had to Happen. So until next time, God bless you all. Bye-bye.
Erica's Empowering Empire. 88 Blessings Soar Movement. It had to happen in a beauty so rare. We'd love for you to join us by subscribing to our YouTube channel. It Had to Happen with Erica Wilson. Following our social media.